Then you have what? We got mental. Then you got spiritual. You got spiritual fitness. What does that look like? Um, it's just so much. Excuse me, please. Please excuse me. It's just so much. Spiritual fitness. Dude, when it comes to like, man, all praises, to the Most High. When it comes to like, that's like, when it comes to like conquering flesh, when it comes to conquering flesh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the biggest spiritual battle we have is with ourselves, you know. Battles with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And being able to tell yourself no is like very important when it comes to spiritual warfare on the inside, like on a serious note. Spiritual fitness is dire when it comes to our first time here on planet Earth, because you got to understand that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. You don't want to be led by flesh. Of course, you want to practice balance. You don't want to be led by flesh, though, because flesh loves sin, point blank, period. And sin, it leads to death. That's important. And another thing that's important is physical fitness. Physical fitness is very important. You need money to lift up the bag, for sure. I mean, you need strength to lift up the bag, for sure. Let me see, you got your feet. Oops. Okay, here we go. Physical fitness. Physical fitness is, it creates, it honestly, like I said, you can't have one without the others and the others without the one. Because physical fitness leads right into mental. It helps with mental durability, for sure. And actually, I'm gonna write that down too. Mental durability. Mental durability is like, for sure, that's important. When it comes to physical fitness, it creates a discipline just for you to like get up, keep yourself in shape. It helps with routine. Routine is important when you're successful. That you rely on it. And when it comes to, I'm not saying you gotta be Brock Lesnar. You don't gotta be Brock Lesnar, but you definitely want to be stretching and moving your body every day, and not just at work. Even if you guys do your little stretches in the morning, you want to do something outside of that too, guys. Like physical fitness, I know is rough sometimes, but the beautiful thing with the mind is that you can control it to like it. You can grow to like things, for sure. Like with the brain is just wired to avoid pain and seek pleasure. It's wired like that. But don't worry, because you can get your brain to understand that discomfort and pain and the right, leads to is progression. And I think that's pretty cool. You see, perspective is super important. Perspective is super important. And now I'm gonna write down the last one, which is financial fitness. Why am I writing down financial fitness? Because financial fitness is like a spiritual thing. You understand what I'm saying? Currency is like a spiritual thing. Currency is like water, and we all know that we are water. You know what I'm saying? Aren't we living in between the waters? So it's like you gotta kind of be connected and have good intention when it comes to financial fitness. I think intention and responsibility. If you don't have no real responsibilities and you don't got no real intentions for real, I mean, I feel like you get, I mean, y'all gonna give you what you need. You know what I'm saying? Why would the Most High bless somebody to go to ruin their chance to go against him? You know, that don't make sense. So it's like when it comes to financial fitness, ways to become financially fit is to practice service. It's a mind shift change. It's a mind shift. You got to change the way you look at money. You got to kind of look at money as like a tool to help others. You see, like, I want to be precise with my words. Like, I want to say money comes through me. You know what I'm saying? Trillions and trillions of dollars come through me, you know, to help others and stuff like that. You know, it's important for us to change our outlook on money. You know, like, I find myself having hard times with success, you know. Notice with my videos and stuff like that. So it's like, it's important for us to understand that mind shift is important. Mind shift, practice service. You got to create a service, you got to give back. You know, and usually when businesses first start off, they are not profitable. Understand that. You know, it's important, guys, for us to practice all of these: financial, spiritual, physical, mental fitness. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow perfect, and probably not the next few weeks either. But I think it's important for us to continue to show up. You know, just show up. One of them go hit. Keep shooting your shot. One of them got to hit. You know, I never seen somebody go to the gym and get out of shape. You know, and I think that's very important. Remember, you got a mind, man. You got a subconscious and you got a conscious. You got a conscious and a subconscious mind. Then conscious. You know, this is where you put all the book, and then you got your body, which is the smallest part of you. The body is I'm glad we brought that up. The body is the smallest part of you. Like, you gotta think about that. The body is the smallest part of you, the instrument. It don't have no real control for real. Like it don't, like, I fast, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts, but it's not like you're dying. I work out, it hurts, but it's not like you're dying. You know what I'm saying? But the flesh is just so, like, weak. And that's why you can't live by it, because you'll be stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very important for you to understand that this piece of meat right here is the smallest part of you, man. And more than likely, it gets you in trouble. So you need to be careful with that right there. The flesh is the smallest part of you, man. And I really should draw I'm going to draw the conscious mind smaller. I'm going to draw that one smaller. Because the subconscious mind is everything down there. So it's like, here go the conscious mind right here. That's the conscious mind. And then I should do the good dog and the bad dog too. You know, that's the conscious mind. The conscious mind is where you can accept and reject information. You know, that's where you pump all the books. Put it like that. Shout out to Bob Proctor. So let's see, right here, we're going to put accept and reject. You can accept and reject information in a conscious mind. Now, what information you decide to accept or reject right there, the subconscious mind has no choice but to accept that information. It always says yes. Now, you want to know the cool part about the subconscious mind? Since we've been blessed with mental faculties, and then you have an imagination in your conscious mind, the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference from what's real and what's fake. Can't tell the difference. It's crazy. It can't tell the difference. So when you put like images in your head of you being successful in places you want to be, the subconscious mind always says yes to that, which is the biggest part of you. And wherever that subconscious mind goes, it's going down. I'm quite sure you guys can see it now. I hope so. You see, we start from up here and it goes down. Like that. Why you think we bring our plates up to our food when we eat, bro? If you putting your head down to your plate when you eat, man, you're an animal, man. Come on, man. You're an animal. So it's very important for us to understand that the body is a very small part of us. Everything trickles down. You got imagination up here. You can choose to accept or reject that information. And the subconscious mind will always say yes to that because it can't tell the difference between what's real and what's fake from what's coming out of here. Kyrie, that's not true. Well, how is that not true when you look at a chick, it turns you on? You're not like doing nothing physically with her. You're thinking about it, right? And your body's having a reaction to it, right? Okay then, man. Like, it's not rocket science. It's right in front of you. It's just sometimes people ignore it, which sucks. It's like, it sucks. It sucks that, like, sometimes people just blatantly ignore 1 + 1. So, you can, this is actually like, I like computers and stuff like that, and I like to break the mind down like a computer. So, it's like you can hack this thing. Like, you can hack your mind. Like, you can really choose what you download into your memory. That's why we said third parties can only have so much influence. You know what I'm saying? Because you can reject false information. You ain't gotta sell dope. You ain't gotta have hoes. You ain't gotta do all that extras. You see what I'm saying? I mean, the route a little longer when you out here living honest. Shout out to baby. So, when you only choose to accept truth, not true, but truth, the subconscious mind has no choice but to accept that as yes, and the body has no choice but to take you to wherever you want to be. I don't care if it's dolphins, space, the ocean, land. You damn near could get a country. I said, man, Sil told me, Kyrie, the ruler of galaxies. Imagine that. If you can reach your dreams, you're not dreaming big enough. And I'm finally understanding that. Because when I tell my team, hey, we're going to send out emails today. They're like, how many emails? I want to say like 1,000. They say, okay, I want to say, no, actually, let's send 10,000. Well, why so many? Because you will put that number high, and then usually you will hit about, like 2,000 or 3,000 of it. You won't hit the whole number, but you see what I'm saying? You want to put your expectations high so then that way you can at least get some of that. It's all just a practice. It's a perspective. That's why the conscious mind is important too, because it takes practice for you to be able to just accept and reject information like that on spot. You know what I'm saying? It gets a little tough sometimes, but practice. When you're laying down in bed at night, sit there and listen to your thoughts. Pay attention to them. Don't just sit there and just like be with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay attention to the thoughts. Because remember, we are a spiritual being having a human experience. So when the mind is having thoughts and stuff like that, we can tell the difference of what's happening and going on in our mind. Like, we know what's going on. Sit back, separate yourself, and listen. Sometimes I sit back and I have to catch myself and be like, that's two different people arguing with each other. That ain't even me right now. Sometimes it get that serious. But for sure, it takes time to be able to accept and reject information like that. So be patient with yourself. You're not just gonna wake up tomorrow, just Yahshua. You know what I'm saying? But we just want to continue to stay strong and stay focused and understand that the subconscious mind is the biggest part of us. It always says yes. That means that we really want to hone in on our imagination and take it serious. It's very serious, but we're going to be right back here with you guys here pretty soon. I want to thank you guys so much for showing up. You know, it's financial, spiritual, physical, mental fitness, 6IC Studios. And actually, you know what came across my mind? I was thinking about a activity book for the I Can, I Will, I Do. You know, I got the second part of that book, of that series, Brainstorm. You know, but I haven't like written down like a contents, table of contents or anything like that. I got this trucking thing I've been doing lately, which is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It definitely takes up a lot of your mental space until you can kind of get it down packed, which I'm there now. As you can see, I'm able to create some vids and stuff like that. But man, live 616. The books will be here soon. Thinking about activity book. We'll go see what's up. If it be, y'all's will.